We're going to do a project with our washi tapes. And here's just a few samples of some washi tape. I need to put my glasses back on because now I'm far enough away from the stuff that I need to be able to see. Got some more projects here, or supplies. Okay, here's my papers for the project. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use washi tape to cover a piece of cardstock, and then we're going to die cut it, and we're going to make a card out of it. So it's going to be super cool. And we do have these sets of washi tapes in the big catalog. There are 4 of them. So we have the greens and yellows, the green and yellow colors. Get them together so you can sort of see. And I just keep them on book rings. I don't know. I'm kind of anal about how not anal. That's a bad word. I pay particular attention to detail, and I like all my washi tapes that go in a collection to be together. There we go. We have the pinks and purples. Lots of fun. We have the blues. And then we have the black and white. All right. And I just happened to throw this Myths and Magic washi tape out here today because it's fabulous. It's so sparkly and pretty. But I'm not going to use it. But it is sparkly and fabulous and pretty, so I'll use it on something else. Today, I'm going to use the Pink and Purples collection. And I can't remember what page they're on in the catalog, but they're towards the back with all the accessories and whatnot, so we're going to use those. We're also going to use a silicone mat, just because I find that to be a little easier when I'm working with tapes and adhesives. All right, so we are going to just kind of stretch these different washi tapes across my piece of cardstock. And this, I think, measured 2.5 by 3.5. And that's not super important because I'm going to die cut something out of it. So it doesn't really matter the size as long as my die cut fits, of course. So I'm just going to stretch my washi tape across my piece of cardstock like so. Tear it off. Grab the next color that I want to use, which is, I think this is a Blushing Bride. The first one was Berry Burst. I'm trying to just butt them right up next to each other as I'm putting them on there. This one here, I believe, is Rich Razzleberry. Got to try to find the end of these things. And again, I'm just trying to butt them up next to each other. Just go all the way across the card and tear that off. This one here is the Flirty Flamingo, kind of little asterisks, I guess these are. Oh, it's difficult when you have no fingernails to do this kind of stuff, but yeah. We make it work, right? Some of you have long, gorgeous nails, and I envy you so much. I just can't grow a nail. And I guess I could get, acrylics or something like that, but nah, it's just not that important to me to do that. All right, so then my next one, I'm going to go back to these little polka dots here. Get those lined up. Then we're going to come in with this kind of grid pattern. This, I think, is Melon Mambo. Oh, come on up there. Here we go. Get the Melon Mambo on there. You guys are just going to love this when it's done. It's amazing. And we'll get this, I'm not even sure what to call these things. Sure they have a name, but I don't know what they are. Okay, and then we'll grab this Blushing Bride one at the bottom, because I don't think I need to cover the whole thing because my die is a little bit bigger than that. So we got that covered up. And so I'm going to use the bold butterfly dies. And I'm going to take the large butterfly here, and I'm just going to lay this on top of the washi tape, and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot machine, which is right behind me, and I'll be right back. Okay. And then look what we have. Ta-da! Isn't that cool? I know. It just makes me so happy every time I see it. Okay. So we can put the die away. I've got a piece of crumb cake cardstock here because crumb cake's just a nice neutral color that I find works really well with most color combinations. So we'll go ahead and do our crumb cake cardstock here. And then I also have a strip of Designer Series paper that comes out of the, can't remember what this is called either, Petal Passion, something or other. It's in the big catalog. It's a 6x6 set, and it's got some really, really gorgeous patterns in it. The colors are yummy. And so I just kind of chose a purpley color to kind of go with the theme of, the pinks and purples that I chose from the washi tape. So that's a 6x6 pack of paper that's in the big catalog. And since I have it out, going to show you guys a few cards that I got here with this. Just kind of showcasing the paper. Here's one where I just used three different strips of the paper, main focal point for this gorgeous paper. Here's a couple different strips of the paper there, and then this one here. So it's really gorgeous, and it makes amazing cards just by itself. Get that out of the way. So I just chose a piece here, and what's this? Is this a 1 3/4? Yeah, I think is it 1 3/4? Yeah, so it's 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm just going to add it to the front of my card. Add some snail adhesive on there, and we'll just go like so. Try to make it even anyway, if we can, right? Okay. And then our butterfly is going to go like that. So cool. We've got the inside of the card also, and I do want to add some of the washi tape to the inside of the card, just because when the person opens up the card, I want the amazingness to continue. So I'm just going to start that on the edge here and strip it across. And actually, I should have probably brought in my silicone mat. I do like to use that when I'm working with, like I said, adhesive and stuff, because it doesn't stick. Stuff doesn't stick to it. Okay, get that excess washi tape cut off. That's got to go or it'll bother me. All right. For the inside, we're going to use the Happy Wishes stamp set. This is a celebration item that you can choose with a $100 order now through the end of March. It's got a lot of potential here. There are a ton of sentiment combinations that you can use with this stamp set. So we're going to use the Happy Birthday, because what we're going to put on the front works with Happy Birthday. Making a mess over here, making loud noises. So I've got some Berry Burst ink, and I'm just going to ink up my large Happy stamp. And then we're just going to kind of do that in the center if we can. Pretty dang good. And then I've got the birthday, just says birthday. Ink that up, and we'll just set that right underneath the Happy. So that's going to be the inside of our card. Oh, I need the ink, but I'm going to move these stamps out of my way because I don't want to get my fingers in them, because, well, I've done that before and it's really a bummer. Add a little bit of snail here to the inside panel. And I've showed this a million times, but there might be some new viewers here. I am going to add this to the inside. And what I like to do when I'm doing insides of cards is I like to make sure that the three sides, that they all line up and look pretty, because I don't care about this top part here. Because when somebody opens up the card, they aren't going to know any different, right? Okay, so that's going to go on the front like that. Got a little bit of this yummy, oh, I've got a scrap here, perfect. This is our crinkled seam binding, and I'm just going to make a bow here. So here's how I make a bow. I just make 2 loops, cross the loops, and then bring that through, and then I just manipulate it. Just tugging on the tails until it looks pretty. Or at least the way I think it's pretty, right? All right. This stuff is super, super soft. It's really cool. Okay. It's not wanting to... There we go. All right. Get some scissors here, and we'll trim some of the tails off. And we're going to add this to the butterfly with a couple of glue dots. So when I use glue dots, I just like to press my item onto the glue dot and then release it. I find that's a pretty easy way to get a glue dot off and have it end up on my stuff. All right, so we're just going to set that like that. And the final thing I have is this little strip of cardstock. It's about 1/2 inch. And I've got another little greeting here from the beautiful Peacock stamp set. The Today is All About You. So I thought that was really cool. Hello, Julie. How are you today? This is a celebration stamp set that you can get for the $50 order when you're shopping. So we'll open up our ink pad again. Try to keep those things closed if I can, because I don't want to make a mess. All right, so this says Today is All About You. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I hope so. I'm just going to try to stamp that right in the center of this little guy. Move this out of the way. And then I'm just going to snip off the end of this because this is going to go under our butterfly. This end we're going to snip again and make a banner end. So I'm going to snip straight in the middle, and then I'm going to come from each point on the corner into the center. Oops, that one wasn't perfect. That's because I can't see. All right, so we are just about done. So our butterfly is going to go on. Our greeting is going to go like that. So where's my glue dots? We're just going to add a glue dot to that. Slide that underneath the butterfly. How do we want to do that? Like so. And then the butterfly, we're just going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I've got the edge pieces here of some. So please do not throw this whole thing in the garbage when you have taken all the circles out of the middle. This is not trash. This is still some good quality dimensionals. All right. Poke a nail into those, peel off the backing pieces, and we are ready to stick it on our card. About like so. All right, there it is. I've got another card that I did using the blue washi tapes, so I wanted to show you guys that one too. I thought that was kind of cool. You can do it with, you know, all the colors. The only thing I changed was, and this is the same pack of paper too. I did pick that piece of Designer Series paper out of that same package. Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to add some little dots to this card too, so I've got some of our glimmer shapes here. And I'm going to use some of these Berry Burst ones. Let's try to pick them off with the nail that I don't really have. And we'll just kind of stick a couple. How about like that? How does that look? These are really pretty. I like these things. Okay, now the card is done. They both look amazing. And so thank you guys